Hey everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday, as I am, and let's get right into it. Today's entry is from May 29th, 2024, 8:09 a.m. I'm heading on a train this morning toward Caen, then from Caen to Bayeux. From there, I'll rent a bike to Omaha Beach. I'll write my experience on that later today. The past few days were nothing special. Just found a mall and went to go see the lab I'll be working in. I'm supposed to also create a PowerPoint of literature I found on things similar to what I'll be doing in the lab. In hindsight, it's doing literature reviews kind of stink, in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of them. Reader or listener, is it wrong to refuse financial help from your parents? I ask this because in those prior days of nothing special, I had both my parents call me and ask me what my plans were. I would respond with, I don't know, because I don't know what there is to do, and usually things cost money, something I'm worried about. They would then offer money, to which I declined because I want to be self-sufficient. Well, apparently they didn't like that and sent me money anyway. I honestly shouldn't be offended by this and should be, in fact, grateful for my generous parents who care for me. Well, I'm not offended by this really, but I'm also not grateful like I should be. I feel a sense of indifference from this, really, like money or no money, I wouldn't care. To me, this exchange is relatable to a simple, cool, thanks. No emotion, and if any, it sounds bothered. This train ride isn't the smoothest. I'll write more when I get to a more stable location. 8:46 a.m. I then go on my bike ride. And I start riding once again at 6:02 p.m. Well, my ass is gonna hurt in the morning. That's for sure. I biked 34 miles accompanied by cows, large farms, hills, forests, the French military, and getting lost, but luckily being on the right path. The military was just getting ready for D-Day, and I had to reroute. Besides that, the memorial at Omaha Beach itself was very beautiful. I teared up at times, thinking about how it must have been to be there, fighting in an uphill battle. Quite literally, it is an uphill battle, straight off from the beach. It was on and off drizzling the entire time to and from Omaha Beach. As I rode, I imagined that battle could have happened on a day like this, and therefore I was given motivation to keep on going. The ride took about 3 to 4 hours total. I stopped at a museum and went inside of one of the restaurants to get food. The waitress there was cute, and she had a berserk tattoo on her neck. Too bad I didn't ask for her Insta, because she spoke some English at least. Some pretty good English, actually. This entry ended at 6:15 p.m. Accompanying this was a sketch from June 1st at 1:03 a.m. called A Recognizable Face. And you never could guess whose face this is. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's obviously mine. It's on a mask. You can tell there's like a little thing there. Kind of got the theater mask vibe going. But yeah, it's just me making my like little over exaggerated like fake smile that I do sometimes. I think it's a pretty goofy face. So the bike ride was actually very nice. Like I had mentioned, the French countryside is really beautiful, in my opinion. It is nothing like I have personally seen before. And it's crazy to look at all of the little towns that you pass through and the old architecture that comes with that. I took a lot of pictures of just the roads that they had, because accompanying those roads from one side to another were just like small buildings or farms or gates to houses and whatnot. I know one time on my way back from Omaha Beach, there was just a church out in the middle of nowhere. It was overgrown. There was no roof anymore. It was very old, but you could tell it was a church by the structure. And it was just sitting out in a field. There was nothing else around it besides the road that went around it. So I thought that was very cool. Omaha Beach was a very somber place to be. Obviously, this is where a lot of our soldiers had died. And it's a bit surreal to think that a place so quiet and beautiful was once so destructive and loud. You could see bunkers in the hills. And they have all their pillars and stuff up. But it's truly a sight to see. On a different note, I've recently been kind of going through this whole ordeal with my parents and me, in which I want to act self-sufficient. And I think I forget that being self-sufficient doesn't mean you can refuse help. Because part of being self-sufficient is knowing when you need help. And so, for me, I really want to work on asking for help, whether it's from parents or classmates. Because if I don't do that, then I'm not being self-sufficient, because I'm then waiting for other people to come to me to ask either me questions or give me things, which is not self-sufficient. Go figure. It's also quite selfish to have everyone have to bend the knee to you, right? Everyone has to come to you with the information instead of you asking and going out of your way to do it. So it's something that I've been thinking about as of recently. And it's something that I do wish to work on and am working on. For those of you who are trying to be self-sufficient and kind of going through that phase of transitioning maybe from school to work, or maybe a different lifestyle, or any sort of weird transition going on, remember that it's okay to ask for help, and that it makes you a better person for doing so, because communicating is one of the best things you can do in order to build relationships and to get things off your chest and have those people who support you help distribute that weight. I think about it a lot, in which the weight of your own burdens, if it's only on you, and if you never talk to anyone about it, the area, if you want to think about it, like if you're like a cylinder and the weight is on top of you, it's going to only press on that area, and it's going to have a high pressure, because pressure is equal to the force over an area. But if you talk about your issues and you have people who are able to be there for you, or just even listen and help either relieve some of that weight off your chest, right? So less force, same area, it's a less pressure, or you have people help you out in whatever situation you're in, or they're trying to, then you're giving yourself a larger area to work with, and even if it's the same force, it'll still be a less pressure. That's my 2 cents on being self-sufficient, and I hope you guys have a good day. Make sure you wear your seatbelts when you drive, please. Don't do drugs at all. Don't. You know better. And have a good day. Peace.